Pkrussl sucks, he still sucks, and probably always will suck. God, I hate life right now. Okay, first off, if you never saw part 1 to this video, I'd advise go checking that out. It's gonna be actually crucial to this one. But for those who don't feel like doing that, just want to TLDR, wow, I suck. For those who want to TLDR, around the time of New Year's, Pkrussl ended up dropping a tweet, basically showing his nudes on Twitter, to his big minor fan base. I called him out on such, and went into full depth about why it was bad, what he could have done instead of actually, putting it on Twitter. And now, well, all of this happened. So first up, here's an update on the last situation that I covered. The whole entire, tweets, nudes, here's the funny thing about that. That still hasn't been taken down. That's still public on Twitter. People are still coming across his nudes whether they want it or not, all because he couldn't just make an After Dark account. Isn't that just swell? He hasn't addressed it once on Twitter, nor his YouTube channel. But because, oh wow, maybe doing so would actually get him backlash. And he doesn't want that, does he? Either that or his apathy towards possibly putting his minor followers at risk. Actually, no, never mind. Because it's not like it's the first time. Oh, don't you wait, I'll be getting back to that soon. Things were relatively silent after that whole debacle. Until recently, and I have lots of stuff to talk about now. My first little thing was when I was looking at Pkrussl on Twitter, and I came across this rather interesting screenshot. I was skeptical at first. I didn't think he'd be this dumb and dangerous to pull this not even long after the whole entire nude photos. Unfortunately, the stream was down by the time I ended up finding this tweet, so I couldn't actually take a photo or anything to see if that was actually true. But, turns out I didn't have to. Because doing a little bit of digging, I found this other tweet, which both helped confirm that this whole entire photo wasn't fake, and that this was actually going on. And oh my gosh. Legit, do I need to explain why using crop porn for a thumbnail in your minor fanbase is a bad idea? Do I really need to? No, but gotta get those sweet, sweet clicks. Oh, who cares what effect it could have? Who cares? Who cares if you're opening up your minor fanbase to stuff they shouldn't be seeing? Oh, who cares indeed? Oh, and after that, I was wondering, has this been done before? Oh, and if you wonder what the answer to that is, yes. Yes, it has. Doing a little digging, I eventually came across this tweet, showing a screenshot of an old video of Pkrussl around 2 years ago. And yes, what you're seeing on screen is right. He did use incest gumball porn, who is also a minor, as a thumbnail. I don't care if it was some kind of cringe video, you could have done anything else. Not to mention the fact that you even have that pic in your possession, wondering where the heck you got that from. People may say that, oh, this was 2 years ago, why are you bringing this up like it's still relevant? Well, first off, it's to show a point. This has always been a problem. This has gone on for far longer than just now. And yet, somehow it hasn't been talked about? Why? Okay, I'll get back on that later, though. Next off, in this little evidence pile we have, is a video I came across not that long ago explaining the flaws of Pkrussl's channel and his recent actions. And I ended up coming across a rather funny clip. Well, by funny, I mean tragic, depressing, gross.
You know, the thing about it is, even if he would like to pretend like his content isn't marketed towards kids, which he does, by the way, I think he does say, oh, my content's for adults. Really? All the adults out here watching, you talk about some animation memes and gotcha life cringe. But hey, let's say he's like really intending for that content to just be for adults. He retweeted art from a 15-year-old hours before posting that. Also, okay, you want to say all that, but he posted this on his YouTube, which his YouTube is definitely kids, more so than Twitter. Again, I'm so sorry that you had to see that. Even though it was censored in his original version, that is not enough. And what's extra gross to me is that you can look at the bottom and see that it got age restricted, thankfully. However, that age restriction was not done by him, but was rather done by YouTube. Because if he had age restricted it, it would say requested by uploader. But instead it just says our community guidelines, meaning YouTube wound up flagging that at some point.
If only I had this clip in my original video. That would have been so useful. But do I need to explain what's wrong with that, either? Thank goodness YouTube did something right for once. Sadly enough, this is where the video ends. Of course, that's what I was going to say before yesterday. Oh, that's right, there's more. Just yesterday, I came across this shot. Oh, what a bright idea. To play a game with porn in it to your follow base full of minors. Oh, and it only gets worse from there. That in itself is enough to be a massive problem. But in the same exact stream, apparently. And trust me, I thought this was a joke. I thought it was just some kind of really bad joke at first. But apparently, the furry fandom has its own Joey Salads now. What I mean by that is, apparently the furry fandom has somebody big in it who thought drinking their own piss on stream was a smart idea. Oh, but it's supposed to be funny. How is that supposed to be funny? What part of it is supposed to be funny? Or anything that should be shown? I don't get this. Why? I'm sorry if this video seems less focused and detailed than the last one, but I'm just blown away by the stupidity in this case. I really am. Think about it. This year alone, we have him putting them nudes of himself on Twitter, using porn in thumbnails, drinking his own urine. How is this dude still as popular? More importantly, why does he still have a platform? For a fandom full of vulnerable people, and some who have suffered through child sexual assault, minors might not even see the danger in all of this. And it's just so incredibly creepy. And weirdly enough, that stream is gone too. Whether it's due to YouTube again, or by his own hands. Oh, but if it is by his own hands, I wonder why it is no longer up. Isn't that suspicious? In terms of evidence and new things to bring to the table, that's almost everything I have for this video, but I kinda wanna actually make a point here. Why is this man still so popular? No, legitimately, why? This man has 15.9k followers on Twitter, and over 200k subs on YouTube. This guy has influence. That's undeniable. He can easily influence how people affect their decisions. Kids may see his content and think, oh, seeing this porn at such a young age is fine, when it's not. When I made my original video, I said don't call him a groomer, don't call him a pedophile, because we don't have anything to actually support that. I partially stand by that now. Because if he does turn out to be a groomer, I will not be surprised in the slightest. He has faced no repercussions. He has not addressed a single thing about any of this. This man is dangerous and not only a toxic influence to the furry fandom, but to just people in general. Just because he's a fancy, big YouTuber doesn't mean he should just get away with all of this shit. Not by a long shot. If I seem really passionate and angry about this, it's because I am, and because I care for the safety of minorities and children, which is more than I can say for PK. I want my channel to be a jack of all trades thing, and that becomes kind of drama, well, not even drama at this point, just news and controversy channel, but I will continue bringing this up if it ever gets worse, because I do have a point to make. Beware Pkrussl if you're a minor. I'll say that again. Beware Pkrussl if you're a minor. Oh, and to PK, if somehow you ever find this, I think I have a song in particular that depicts my feelings towards you